Hello YouTube. I wanted to talk a little bit about Opinel knives. These are something that were not on my radar, as famous as I've come to find out that they are around the world. I had no idea what these were until I bumped into one in a knife shop in Carmel, California, and I thought I would give a bit of an overview on the differences between the number 9 and the number 10 and why I think one is excellent and one is garbage. Alright, let's start with the number 9. This is one size bigger than their most popular size. The most commonly sold one in the world is the number 8. It's just marginally smaller than this. When I was in the knife shop, I held a number 8 and a number 9, and I just thought the 9 fit my hand a little bit better. I have medium to large hands. I wear size large gloves, but I'm not a huge ham-fisted guy. But with the blade open, I feel like I have a good purchase on the handle. I can put my thumb on the back of the blade, and it fits nicely in the pocket. So I bought a number 9, not this one. I used it for a long time and I loved it, and then I lost it. I was devastated. Lost it right before a camping trip, and there was nowhere local. I was out of town when I bought it in a shop. There was nowhere local where I could get one. So I thought, well, I'll order one, and while I'm at it, why not get a bigger one? Because this one was so great. Number 10 must be better. Boy, was I wrong. This is a number 10, and if I had bought this originally, I don't think I would have replaced it when I lost it. Here's why. The lock ring is made out of the same gauge of metal as the lock ring on the number 9. And on this size knife, with that size ring, it's an effective locking mechanism. On this one, I think they're just asking it to do too much. It's too thin. I think on the bigger ones, they make it out of a thicker metal. That's what they should have done on this one. Yeah, it's a little bit loose. Sure, I could pop it off and I could squeeze it down and tighten it, but that's not the problem. The problem, even when you get it locked all the way, when you put any kind of pressure on the blade, the whole thing warps. And you can see it's actually pressing down on the wood there. And on the other direction, for some reason, it's even worse. You can just see it cutting into the blade there, or into the handle. And no matter what I do, no matter how hard over I push this, it still does it. And after working with the knife for just a few minutes, it will come loose, and it's no longer really doing its job. The other thing is, in the other direction, when I lock it like that, even if I slam it like this, after being in my pocket for a little while, it's inevitably loose like that when I take it out. So that was the annoying part of it. The infuriating part is the blade does not hold an edge like its little brother. And I think the reason is the metal is too thick. Not only is it too thick, but the grind is not done it's not executed as nicely as it is on here. It's a constant grind. It goes from one thickness continually thinner down to here, and then there's a small secondary grind. But in this knife, I can actually feel it varying. It feels like it's thin up here, and then it actually gets a little bit fatter right here, and then thins out. So it's just poor execution. On this one, you can see and feel the very nice, smooth, constant grind down to this edge, where there's a small secondary grind. So this one I have spent hours sharpening, and it's okay. This one is pretty much right out of the box, and I've just spent a little bit of time on the stone, and it's going to make a liar out of me. It needs a little bit more work, but it was a noticeable improvement. With just a few minutes of sharpening, it feels a lot nicer than the number 10. So The other thing I want to point out, the number 10 is only a fractionally bigger blade. You can see it's about a 1/4 inch longer. But for that 1/4 inch of blade that you get, you're carrying around a lot more wood in your pocket. It's a bad joke. It's too big. It bulges, takes up too much room. It's a little bit heavier. Now these are both very light knives for the work that you can do with them. But I'll take the 2-ounce number 9 over the number 10 any day. Let's just do a quick size thing. Here's a banana for scale. I'm kidding. That's not what the banana's for. We'll use some currency for the scale. Go from the edge of the bill just about to the edge, inside edge here. And then you can see the number 10 is not a whole heck of a lot bigger. The reason I brought the banana, let's talk about patina for a minute. You can see this is not a bright, shiny, brand new blade, even though it just came in the mail the other day. What I do, cut a banana in half, leave it just like that overnight. And I'm going to do it again tonight just to give it a little bit better patina. But because it's carbon steel instead of stainless steel, it'll take a bit of a darker color with the acids from everything from fruit to your hands. The other thing I want to point out, you can see this nice light beechwood here. That's what this one looked like when I got it, but it's had time in my hands, the oils, and also a trip through the washing machine to get that darker color. So that's what this one's going to look like eventually. Anyway, that's my initial thoughts on the Opinel number 9 and number 10. This one will be tossed aside for now as a backup, and the number 9 will be my everyday carry knife. I think it's an excellent little knife. I really like the simple design, the lightweight, the high quality blade, and it's a conversation piece. A lot of people don't know what these are, and you pull one out and start whittling. People go, hey, what is that? So very, very good knife for not a lot of money. Thanks for watching.